Hey guys, MCU Collector here. Big shout out and thank you to Blitzway for sending out their upcoming DreamWorks Voltron Legendary Defender Carbotix 10th Anniversary Commemorative Figure. This guy is going to be limited to 2016 pieces worldwide and goes up for pre-order Thursday, September 25th at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Make sure to get your pre-order locked in for this. There will be two different versions. This one is the one that includes the base and the lion weapons. That is what makes this one the limited edition version. The standard version will not come with the base, will not come with the weapons, but you will have all the same Carbotix engineering and design and premium die-cast figure, all of that good stuff. It just will not come with the base and the lion weapons. So let's go ahead and check out this figure. And again, shout out and thank you to Blitzway for sending out an early look at their upcoming Carbotix Voltron Legendary Defender 10th Anniversary Limited Edition figure. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox the lions, the pilots, the accessories, the base, all of that good stuff. A couple of things I do want to highlight, again, because this is the Blitzway Carbotix figure. Again, it's a heavy premium feel with die-cast components, so there is some plastic, there is some die-cast parts and everything that goes on to this. There's a faithful transformation function and everything as it relates to the animated show, which is awesome. And again, this is specially crafted for the 10th anniversary. Again, only 2016 pieces of these will be available. This one is not included in that 2016 as this is not a final production figure. This is kind of an early sample here. One of the really cool things is you will get a certificate of authenticity for your figure and will be individually numbered. Even this is really cool. This is a metal card in here showing Voltron. So that is really awesome there, again, to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Voltron Legendary Defender. But looking at the lions here, we got this foam piece here, and we are encased in styrofoam with the plastic cover. So we have our pilots here. So you can see the pilots, which is really cool. We get all 5 of them. So we got red, blue, green, yellow, and black there. And we have our individual lions as well as our different accessory pieces in here, which is amazing. Underneath this foam tray is our large base as well as sword and shield. So that is really awesome. I will put the base together and get all of the lions and everything like that, and then full robot mode transformation along with the base as well. But looking at these lions, and so here we'll start with the black lion, and this thing is ridiculously heavy. Again, that Blitzway Carbotix technology with the die cast. This thing is heavy, and this is just one of 5. Yes, he is the larger lion that is, you know, the main part of the body, but this thing is so heavy. It is absolutely incredible. So that is the black lion there. Let's go ahead and check out the red lion. Obviously much smaller as he is one of the arms, so it's not as heavy, but the quality of this is still amazing. Into the green for the other arm. Same thing, absolutely beautiful design. The pearl color way to the figure is amazing. Going into the legs, we've got the blue lion here. Oh yeah, that one looks really good there. And into the yellow lion there, and yellow looks great as well. So let's go ahead and get these all into lion mode, and we'll go ahead and set up the base and everything like that and check it all out together. Okay, so we have all the lions laid out here. Each one does come with its own batteries. Okay, so we have all the lions here. Your figure, your final production figure will come with the batteries for these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put the batteries all in there so we can get the eyes to light up and all that good stuff, but we will check out each individual lion in lion mode, and then we will transform them into robot mode. Okay, when inserting the batteries, make sure to put the batteries in the right way so you can actually get the light up feature to work. At first, I did put the batteries in incorrectly, so I had to remove the batteries so I can get them into the right spot. But when you get the batteries in, as long as you have like a magnet, you could just kind of tap it in place and it can get those lights to light up. And then just use the magnet again and it'll turn them off. Okay, so let's go ahead and transform the black lion into lion mode. So because again, with the Blitzway Carbotix, the heavy die cast, the premium feel to it, the joints are nice and stiff. They're heavily ratcheted, which is awesome because those joints aren't gonna become loose or anything like that. But there are certain things that you gotta do to be able to get this into place. So like getting these legs, you could just hear the ratcheting in there. And then some of these joints are so stiff, you kind of have to put some muscle into it to be able to kind of get these pieces folded exactly the way you need to get them to be able to kind of do, to get him into lion mode. So like getting this part of the leg here, you really have to bend this one in like so to be able to get it. And then once you get it though, you're gonna be good, but it is a little tricky to be able to do it. So you have to really get it in there, get the foot out there, and then bend this piece in right here all the way, because again, which takes a little bit of effort in there, but that's the quality that you're going to get with the Carbotix, which is actually really awesome. Because again, these joints aren't going to become loose over time or anything like that. They're going to hold up extremely well, and really that's what you want out of the lion, right? You don't want this thing to like, you know, not to come apart or anything like that and it just not work out, right? That's not at all what we want in our Voltron lion. So, you know, be aware of that. And you can, again, the heavy ratcheting is pretty crazy. The tail, you kind of fold that up and then you can get the tail and it just folds out like so to give you your full tail in there. And of course, don't forget to add the wing pieces on there. You have the movable part there, so you could just port those on there nice and easy like so. And then you can have your completed black lion there. I already have his eyes lit up. And so there is our black lion. Okay, so to get the yellow lion into robot mode, you kind of pull out on those hind legs there and you can set up the legs as you can see, like so. And then the tail, which is pretty cool. So you kind of pull that tail out and then unfold it. And so you have the tail there. These front legs, you actually pull that out so you could see the movement and range of motion that you can get with these, which is great. And then you could set up those legs there and you can have your lion, your yellow lion, in lion mode. And again, with your magnet, you can be able to turn the eyes on like so and get those to light up. So there is our yellow lion. Okay, and again, the blue lion is actually very similar to the yellow lion. The tail, you pull it out and then you unfold it. You pull these hind legs out and then you can set those legs up. Very simple. Like so, and then pull out the front legs in there, which will allow the range of motion in there because you do have the ball joint. You get the heavy ratcheting, of course, so you can be able to set up your blue lion there. You got the articulated jaw. Don't forget the final production version will come with the individual ones on the limited edition 10th anniversary version. Again, the one that's limited to 2016 pieces worldwide. And then with your magnet that will be included, you will be able to turn on those light eyes there. Okay, so the red and green lions are a little bit trickier when they kind of get it into lion mode. So this is kind of how the robot mode would seem. Out of the package, you're gonna have there where these front legs are already out of the body, but I'm gonna show you guys kind of how it is if you're kind of transforming it from robot mode into your lion mode. So you actually have to open up the body and then you can see the legs are actually in there, and then you can kind of pull them out and then kind of swap out or just kind of flip over, which is really cool there. And that's how you get it. You can close the body back up. And then that's, you know, how you can get those legs to go out the way you want them to go, which is really cool. And then the back legs, the hind legs, you just kind of unfold them, as you can see how they're all kind of folded inside there. You can just unfold them there to have your legs out like so. And you have your lions pieces there, and then to open up and get the tail out, you just open up that back portion of the body, and then you can get the tail to come out like so, and then it kind of folds out, and then boom, you have your red lion all set up there with the tail out. And then again, with the magnet, you can get there and get those light eyes to turn on. Again, final production version will have the individual ones on the limited edition, limited to 2016 pieces there. So that is our red lion. Let's go ahead and get our green lion into lion mode. So again, the green lion out of the package, you can see that the front legs are already kind of folded out of the body, so you don't have to worry about that step. It's just, you know, transforming from robot mode into lion mode is when you would really kind of have to worry about that, because when transforming into robot mode, you have to kind of get those legs completely tucked in over there. So that's how you would do it. And then you could, again, pull out the legs, the hind legs there, and then you could fold out these pieces like so, get our lion going. And then open up the body to get the tail out, and again it folds out And then you can have your tail with your green lion, like so. Again, your final production version will have the individual weapons for the lions, and then tap with the magnet to turn those lights on. Tap with the magnet, turn it back off. So there we have our green lions. Okay, sorry, not done. We still need to attach this to the back of the green lion. So you extend that all the way out, and then you're gonna port it right on into the back of the lion there. You have that peg hole in there. So you peg that in, and then you can have your full-on green lion all set up there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get our lions into robot mode. So you gotta tuck in the tails, you gotta fold in the legs and do all that stuff, and then you can combine them to create Voltron. So let's go ahead and go through that each one. We'll kind of take each one a little step by step, kind of reverse action from where we had put them into lion mode to kind of go into that robot mode. I'm gonna kind of skip all that for you guys because I don't wanna bore you, but we're gonna go ahead and get these lions ready and then we'll piece them together to create Voltron. Okay, so kind of folding some pieces together, your blue lion should look like this. Okay, so when you're done with the yellow lion, he should look like this, all ready to go to be part of the leg. Make sure these bottom pieces on these legs, those are gonna be for added stability so you can actually stand up flush and everything. And then this portion you kind of pull forward, that way the black line will be able to connect into the leg pieces of the yellow and blue lions. Okay, this is how you're gonna want your black lion to be set up and ready to go. That way you can kind of piece it together. You can get the legs on, then you can attach the arms and everything like that. You wanna get the horns out, of course, and then you wanna fold down the face in there for Voltron so you can be completely ready to go. But that's how you wanna have the black lion set up and ready to go. Okay, when it comes to the arms, two very important steps to kind of take. When you open up the body and the way you have these arms, you kind of have to make sure that when you flip these arms in, that you have it positioned in a certain way that you're gonna be able to flip it inside of here and fold those legs in to where it's going to be completely enclosed in there. So it takes some getting practice. I definitely didn't get it on my first try. So just make sure that you are aware of that so you can kind of get the arms ready to go. Then of course, same thing for the green. You know, you want to go through the opposite steps, fold that tail in there, fold these legs on inside there, and then kind of position it back in. Even without like detailed instructions and everything like that, the legs fold in certain ways where it really just makes sense to kind of put this thing together. So there's really no like guessing kind of involved. It's very intuitive, very easy to kind of piece together. So just be aware of that. It's not really like, at first it was a little scary and nerve-wracking thinking, oh, am I good? Do I know what I'm doing in here? But it's actually quite easy to really get these pieces in place in there. Which is good because again, it can be scary. I know with such a high quality piece, you want to make sure that you are being careful and taking all the necessary steps that it's not going to be a problem and that you're not going to damage it, you're not going to break it or anything like that. It is a delicate piece, so you do want to be as careful as you possibly can. But at the same time, the pieces just really move in place quite easily, so it's really nothing you have to worry about. Okay, so let's go ahead and piece Voltron together. So we have our leg pieces here, and then you want to make sure that you push these parts forward. That way, when you kind of attach the leg, that you're able to do so. So it's going to slip right on inside here. So if you kind of look from the back side, how that's going to go, it just slips on in, and you want to make sure that you get it in there and it really locks in place and you got that leg in there. And you can see how tall Voltron's going to be. I'm going to have a hard time getting him in frame, so I'm going to have to move that camera back. But in the meantime, we're going to piece it together so you guys can see again kind of how it all goes in. Oh, you want to lock it in place. I guess that's what I get for not standing him up. But there you go. We have Voltron pieced together there, and let's go ahead and get the arm pieces in place so we can get our Voltron fully assembled in robot mode. Okay, so here we have Voltron. You can see I have the legs on there. Now we're going to attach the arms. It's very important you have to make sure that the peg is folded down so you can be able to attach these right into the shoulder. So you have the peg holes in there on the sides, and then you can simply just plug right on in, and then you have your arms connected in there like so. So now we have our Voltron arms. The final pieces are going to be these wing pieces. So again, you're just going to port these into the back of the figure like so. And then you can extend these out. And so you have your wing pieces there. So we have our completed Voltron. There's a couple of other things. So we do get the sword there, and we have the shield here. So you can attach these to the arms and all of that. So that is good. I do still need to put this pauldron on there. And of course, the wing pieces will actually connect to the shield, and then you can have the attachment pieces so it connects to the arm, and then again, it's secured with the mouth of the green lion in there, so you can build out the shield, you can have his sword, and everything like that. So that is actually a really cool feature, that the two pieces of the wings actually come together to piece this shield together. So it's really cool the way it works. So it's magnetic in here, so you can just kind of pull it out like so. And then you can attach these pieces right together inside there and then piece it right back into the shield, which is just a really cool feature. Makes it super easy and convenient so you can have it and you can build it out. Okay, so here's our Voltron all put together, the lights all on and everything like that. The articulation on this is very good. As you can see, you could bend those elbows, you can get the shoulders out, you can get the arms out like so. Really good range of motion in there for Voltron. You can actually get a swivel at the waist. You can crunch forward a little bit as well. You can kick the leg forward, as you can see there. You can bend at the knee. You could swivel at the thigh. Just all kinds of crazy movement that you can do with this Voltron. Like, you wouldn't think with this big robot in robot form that you would be able to do all these things and kind of move him around. You can even articulate the neck in there. So really good range of motion, which is really crazy. You just wouldn't really think. So, but that's the design of the Carbotix by Blitzway. I mean, premium feel to it, die cast. This thing is very heavy. I think it's close to 8 pounds, 17.3 inches tall. Just absolutely incredible. Again, the pre-orders go live September 26th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure to lock in your pre-orders. The limited edition 10-year anniversary, again, limited to 2016 pieces worldwide, will be available. It comes with all 5 lions. It comes with the pilots. It comes with the individual weapons for the lions. And it comes with the base and stand. The regular version will not come with the individual weapons and will not come with the stand. So just a heads up on that. So there we go with Voltron. Absolutely incredible. Blitzway does absolutely incredible work. The Carbotix design, the premium quality to it, the manufacturing of it, all to extremely high standard. The die cast is amazing. The paint work on the figure is absolutely amazing and stunning as well. I'm thoroughly impressed. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Voltron? I think it is absolutely incredible, and I'm just really, really loving it. You guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you get your pre-order locked in, because again, only 2016 worldwide to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the Voltron Legendary Defender show by DreamWorks. So there it is. Make sure to get your pre-orders locked in now. I'll have links in the video description below.